Former player for the Buckeyes and radio color analyst Ron Stokes joining us via the OnStar Hotline, AM Game Day on ESPN Radio. I'm CJ Silas. AM Game Day on ESPN Radio is delivered by the new AT&T, thanks to Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. The Final Four is here. It has been a very exciting weekend for me, and it's only Saturday morning. Because not only do we have these huge games today, tomorrow baseball season starts. Not my favorite teams playing, but hey, to me, a regular season baseball game is a regular season baseball game, and I'll watch it. I really will. That'll be my first choice most of the time. Ron Stokes is joining us from WBNS via the OnStar Hotline. Ron, we are finally here, hours away from the Final Four. The Buckeyes taking on the Georgetown Hoyas. You're close there. You're in the locker room. You know the ins and outs of Thad Matta and his crew. What is the main focus he's trying to get his guys to have today for this game?
Well, he's done a great job of that the entire year in getting the team to be focused in on the very next game. And obviously, when you have a talented player like Greg Oden and the host of other talented freshmen that came in, there was a lot of fanfare about how good this team could possibly be. But he's done a tremendous job in making sure that they understood that they needed to come out and play as a basketball team. And I think going into this game against Georgetown, I think it's business as usual. They know what they have to do. They understand it's going to be a very difficult game against a very talented Georgetown team that defeated Ohio State last year. But it's a game that I think they definitely have a chance to win. But they're definitely going to have to play some of their best basketball.
You're a former player, and Ron, I talk about this all the time, free throw shooting and how important it is and how it's almost forgotten at practices. Kids just don't stay late anymore. They don't come early. They don't shoot 100 free throws every day like we used to do when we were kids. With the time coaches are given with these guys, and it's such a small window now with all the scholastic things that kids have to do, when do we focus on free throws, and how important is it still in the college game?
It's not easy, but it's most coaches understand this, that you need to play great defense and make your free throws down the stretch to win close games. And they have to focus it in some point of the practice because, as you mentioned, there is a limit on how many hours you get with the team as a group. But they are allowed to have individual workouts, and with that you can incorporate some free throw shooting. But you look at some of the teams that are in this tournament, they're definitely capable of making free throws. It was very helpful in Ohio State against Memphis down the stretch, making big free throws. But I think today coaches, some of the best ones out there, they understand that you got to have a certain element of your practice geared towards making free throws because it can be a difference maker.
A couple comebacks really important in this postseason for the Buckeyes. 11 points down to Xavier, 20 points down to Tennessee. Your thoughts on if they get down by 10 or more against Georgetown?
Well, they've been very fortunate, and this is something that you cannot rely on every single game because, as you know, each game that you advance in the tournament, you know you're going to be facing an even tougher opponent the next go-round, and the Buckeyes are very fortunate to be able to come back. They were down by at least 20 against Tennessee right before the end of the first half. Then, as you talked about, being down by 11 against Xavier in the second half. And I really believe that they can ill afford to get behind against Georgetown because that's the type of team that if you get behind with that type of offense that they run, they're going to burn you because you're going to be forced to play man-to-man defense to try to get back into the game, and that is what they want you to do. They will exploit you, and they will score backdoor after backdoor. So it's going to be very important that Ohio State does not fall behind Georgetown.
All right, Ron, good stuff. I appreciate it, and Final Fours only come around every so often, so enjoy it, man.
I am. This is my second one calling as a broadcaster, so hopefully I get a chance to call a championship game.
All right, enjoy it. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thanks.